Hello guys, this is Pap from Babak at it again, the last video from the temporary solution that I found. So before coming back to my usual setup, this is, as you may have seen from the title, Despia Neos. Of course, before jumping right with guys, it's just a fun deck. It's a fun version that can be, that can feel nicer to play, but definitely it's not as competitive as the one with staples. I like to find some original spice, and I thought this was very nice to play. Also, I feel honored to play against Playmaker, as you will see the replays here. So GG my man. And before jumping right to guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe and give a hype. And thanks a lot for everything, guys, and let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Marek as I'm farming his skills, and of course Despia. So the skill is Theater of the Brand's Opening. So it all came from me looking at the skill and thinking about the level 8 or higher dark and light monsters, right? And I just realized that the Neo stuff, it's light and it's 8 or higher, so we can just play them. So there are no restrictions on the normal summon. That's why you can just play Keeper of Dragon Magic. That basically makes it so you can play 6 Neos fusions. That's just it. Keep in mind, you can't special summon elemental hero Neos from the grave because of the skill restrictions, but technically you can summon Duel from the grave if you send there with the Keeper of Dragon Magic, with his second effect. So I'm keeping of course, the wipe the field effect of the first Dark Lord, because I'm playing the Morning Star and the triple Banishment of Dark Lords, that I think it's now a card obtainable with box chips. Exactly, there you go. So super easy there. So no staples, as I usually serve my recipes to you guys. We have, of course, the Rainbow Dragon, the Duel, the Neos Wise Man, because you can just use these guys for the fusion summon of the normal Despion cards, simply because they are light and dark, so you can use them to summon either the Masquerade or the Querities eventually. We're playing also the Dragostapelia, because we have tons of fusion monsters, the double Querities, and one Dingirso. That's it. The rest is just classic stuff. Triple Branded in red, one of the field spell searchable with the skill, a couple of Aluber. I think one is totally fine, to be honest. One Dramaturge of Despia, triple Tragedy, that is what you want to see always, and the Comedy. To be honest, I feel like Comedy could be played at more copies. Now in this version, I don't know what to take out, of course, because I'm playing the Neoses and the Neos fusion and stuff. But if you just play Branded, if you just play Despia, I feel like Comedy should be played at more copies, just because it's just a negate in your hand. So it's very nice, to be honest, and it can help your Querities effect go in place, just because you can tribute the fusion monster use the effect have, just to dodge any back row or any staple your opponent throws at you. So that's very nice. One Branded Opening, totally fine because it's searchable as well. And I think I'm missing anything else. Oh, one Oddly Beaten, but nice. But if I have to tell you, that is Mendere. Like, it can be occasionally good, but not really Mendere, if you ask me. And that's it, guys. Of course, lots of fun, especially when you go second, because usually your opponent, of course, prepares himself to handle the field spell and the Branded Red, of course, right? Because they expect those two cards to happen, to be activated, but they all, of course, fall from the clouds where they just see Neos Fusion or the Keeper of Dragon Magic. When you see Keeper of Dragon Magic, you just have PTSD from the Neos era. But then when you see Neos Fusion, it's just a nightmare, because of course this guy can just clear everything out. And this is more of a play when you go first. Even though, again, it's just something that is annoying to deal with because it's not really an interruption when you pair it with the Masquerade, of course. Your opponent already loses life points because of this, and then if he has to face this and eventually the Wise Man, it's just gonna be, you know, very annoying. Anyway, guys, that's everything for the explanations. Hope you liked this idea of playing the tier 1, and let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys, going second again. These Neo Spies just had more more stuff to the table in terms of going second, not really going first again, even though it's probably not what you need. But again, it was just Neo Spies, and as an elemental hero lover, I couldn't do anything else but trying this. So we got actually Chimera stuff, a very good Chimera player here, if I'm not wrong. So he's got the Chimera fusion combo, basically. So with the Apprentice, searched the Chimera fusion again. He went for the search of Coeral as well. The Swords Knight, so he's got his graveyard set up. The Beatrice coming, milling the Tragedy to get the Dramaturge of Despia. And then in the end phase, merely discarding one card, I got the Neos Fusion in my hand. So I started with the skill, of course, getting the Dramaturge and the Field Spell. The second part of the skill to get also branded in red. So we started with the Banishment of Dark Lords, and he went Swords Knight to have that in the grave, and then sending the Tau to the grave to have a special summon. So Baphomet also grabs basically the pieces, both the pieces for the fusion, and then he's ready to summon the Nightmare Magician. Keep in mind that he has on the field a Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, so both Swords Knight's effect and Coel's effect are live. We started with the Theater of Branded, and we got the fusion of directly the first Dark Lord. So the first Dark Lord with the Dramaturge of Despia, of course, chain blocking there, and we popped everything, but he was not afraid of that because the Chimera can just bring back the Nightmare Magician. We got the Albert to get our stuff. He's got the effect to get the Chimera back on the field, so both Coeral and Swords Knight are ready again. At this point, I went with Despia targeting that. I wanted Coeral to be basically left out, and then I went with the Branding in red to get the Despia with the second fusion summon into a Dragostapelia. I wanted to get rid of the Nightmare Magician, so I got one more search. I used Dragostapelia to negate that. He negates with Swords Knight, and now he's got nothing left. So what do we do now? Neos Fusion. Neos Fusion, summoning a Rainbow Neos, using its effect, shuffling everything to attack. At this point, we can just go for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, interrupting a 4-win streak against Speedroids. Keep in mind, all of these duels are from the King of Games rank. So it's us to go, and it's us to start with the Despia. So as you can see here, it's classic Despia turn 1 with the Masquerade, really, and all of the support you can have, all of the resilience coming from the field spell and the guy that can come back, basically, right? So we got also the Alubert to get a branded opening as well, so we set 2 and we're good. We have the Tax Dragon and we have the negation ready eventually, also a target negation with Despian Comedy. So also in end, he's got Terror Top to begin with, Tax, Terror Tap to get the Car Turbo, special summon, so more taxes applied. It's got then the Hagoira coming from the grave, and I went for the branded opening here to summon the Aluber. Not really, honestly, like, and then I grabbed what? I got another branded in red, but not really needed, to be honest. Actually, yeah, the branded opening, it was done because I wanted the branded opening in grave so that I could protect my boy if he tries to destroy. That's the plot, the thing. Now I remember. So Kydrake to pop everything, and I tried to negate that, but he had the droplet. So maybe I should have just not done that, but still we got the guy surviving because of branded opening. He's got the skill to get to level 7, and then the level 10 is coming with the Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So we just got the dragon that can come back. So eventually we survive just because of Masquerade coming back. In fact, he gets rid of it, and then when he attacks with the other one, we can just have him coming back Even if he becomes ineffective, we don't really care because he already attacked. So there you go. We got our life points protected. So now it's us to go, and we got the Neos Fusion. So I started with the skill, getting another branded in red, so that when he negates this with the Crystal Clear Wing, we can activate the second one because he negates the activation. So we can activate another one again. But he's got Magic Deflector, so a specific counter to this meta that in this case worked. So no branded in red, but who cares? First, Despian Tragedy to get the branded red set, then Neos Fusion into the Rainbow Neos, not to use the effect, but just to have lethal through the Kai Drake. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, this time again going first. So it's branded against, I don't even know what that was, honestly. We got the classic combo. In this case, we have the Morning Star, the Dark Lord Morning Star. So we have the wipe out everything during our opponent's turn. So we started with the Aluber's Summon to just get the branded in red, of course. And then the fusion to go, of course, into the Masquerade Dragon and the summon of the Dramaturge of Despia. We can also have Halberd in the grave, so eventually we have another negation in this case. It's Sky Striker, actually, technically, and let's see what he has. He's got the field spell ready with the skill, of course. Taxes starting to apply, and I don't know, I feel dirty when I play Masquerade, but still, I wanted to show you this version, so that's just how I had to go for what I had to go for. The multi-roll here to trigger the special summon of the Haria Zero, getting the Sky Striker Ray on the field. Then Kindness effect, engage to get, actually now he gets some life points back at least. But when he's got those two, I went with the branding in red because I wanted to pop the multi-roll basically. So here he comes, and we popped literally everything there, and he's got the effect of Ray, but now he has no more effects to activate. Instead, he has the Kaiju that he just searched. So Kagari is here. He gets the engage back on the field, but he got with the Dramaturge of Despia to negate. He's got the linkage to dodge that and summon the Hayare. Engage, so back to his end. Another draw, another search. Widow Encore, but he can't target our stuff. But it's got a Lava Golem. Oh, jeez, help me. So engage now to get the Anchor, another Anchor actually again. And at this point, trade in to draw even more. Double, triple set, and Yamming Waves to pop the Lava Golem. And now he's attacking directly here with the Hayare. In the damage step, he sends something to grave, and then he comes the Linkage to have the attack there. And he's got the Amp to pop the Despia, and he's done. That's it. So I'm still alive. Even though in the end phase he targeted the Masquerade to banish that, so no coming back. At this point I can have the skill because I have no monsters. Despian Tragedy here to set the field spell, so we can go straight away first into the Querides. Here he comes, and Despia Libitum to summon the Dark Lord back on the field, effect to drop the attack to 0, Anchor, but we just dodge with Comedy. That's why it's beautiful. So you dodge with Comedy, that attack comes to 0, we already have lethal, but we're not done. Keeper of Dragon Magic, searching for Neos Fusion, basically emptying the grave. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. Here we got, going second this time, against Springans. Springans joining skill. And let's see what we have. It's him to go. We can speed up things. I don't think you know Springans. I mean, I don't even know what they do. I think they just skipped the meta, like they never were meta. If I actually, someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, so he's got some Xyz stuff to get, and the Rafflesia was his boss monster, basically allowing him to have basically a trap to send from the grave. So, you know, we got the search with the skill, the first search, we got the banishment of Dark Lords, and then the second search, basically, milling and getting the branding in red. So the theater to begin with, it's got the Springans call so that he can summon the boy, and when I activate the effect, he can just chain to detach one from an Xyz and pop it. So no first fusion, that's fine. Branding in red then to get the comedy back and summon the first Dark Lord. But of course, he can just he has the only trap that can use actually there to negate that thing. That is the Void Trap Hole. So no effect of actually no emptying the field, and the first Dark Lord that gets destroyed. We got though the boy on the field, the damage of Despia, then Alubert to get basically another branding in red, but he's got the blast to negate the Alubert's effect because he does not expect Neo's fusion to come. But Neo's fusion comes. The only problem is that he's got another Void Trap Hole sat. So he does not get destroyed, of course, but it gets negated. So no effect here. At this point, I'm just attacking with the Dramaturgy of Despia, and he's left with the Rafflesia with no Xyz material. So basically a yellow beater. And he's got the trap card with the skill, the Springans call, and then he's got the Vespenato Xyz on top of that, and then he used the field spell to summon another Xyz guy that I negated with the Dramaturge because he was about to get materials with that, but now he has no effect, so he can't pop with this because these can detach and pop, but now we don't care because he's negated, and he's scooped because next turn Niels can just clear everything. That's how we do, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, the duel with Playmaker. Let's see what we have. So we got I'm almost sure that he is the real Playmaker, right? So we got Sky Striker against Branded. So he was playing Sky Striker. He's got the Aria Zeta to begin with. Let's see what happens now. So he's got the linkage to begin with, the kindness, so he's getting some life points because of the kindness effect. The skill to get one more draw, engage to get the shot cannon, and then Kagari to get the engage back to the hand. So another shot cannon and another draw. He's got 3 balls sat here and after burners for next turn. So he actually has two banish from grave. We have to keep in mind that. So we got the the theater, we got everything. We got News Fusion, we got literally everything. So we got Banishment of Dark Lords to begin with, and then we started with the Theater of Branded. He went with the Shock Cannon to negate, to banish the Tragedy. I went Branded in red, but he has the other Shock Cannon, so no fusion with Branded in red allowed at this point. We got the Despia though, the Theater, to go into the first Dark Lord that can pop everything here, and the Tragedy that gives us a search. The Dramaturge, and of course he's got the floating effect with Ray, but now it comes Keeper of Dragon Magic, discarding the Dramaturge, getting the Neos Fusion that we have already, and then Neos Fusion to go into Rainbow Neos, clearing the field. Even if uses Ray, the effect of Kinda does not apply, so we have an empty field that Rainbow Neos can go for lethal in. That's how you do it, my boys. GG Playmaker if it was really you. That was a pleasure, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. See you from the usual setup in next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.